every summer. This year was the last one.
Was that Upers?
But that group has gone up
there we go. We're off the blocks.
And gave this boat, named it the Up North. So a lot of team legacy building going on there.
Pretty incredible opening speed right here from these crews. Michigan out early with a deck over Virginia. Virginia charging back up to take that. Delaware on the outside side with also great opening speed, and Purdue bring themselves back into the conversation.
And
this is for medals. This is for points.
You have to be ready for that Virginia crew to just stay high and they want to stay high and get some water.
And here they go. They're doing that right now.
That's what they'll do. So I know that these other two crews are going to try and stick with them and sort of make them pay a little bit if they want to go that high. So about 800, 900 meters in, they might be a little vulnerable if we're still there.
Bucknell guys are also
again,
one of these
just
second half
barely
crews.
eking out maybe half a seat right now over Michigan and over Purdue. Those three crews separating themselves a little bit. UCLA
a little bit more.
Still hanging in there.
I think Bucknell, everyone's overlapped. Bucknell is only a couple seats. I'd say half a boat behind Virginia, and they've built really well into the last third of races, so I'm not counting them out from nothing yet.
And I'm sorry, it was the Delaware Blue Oars that are up there. The UCLA Blue Oars falling a little bit back.
Yeah, UCLA is going to be the first crew that Virginia puts open water on.
They do.
Yeah.
And if you try and count one, I'm comparing the Virginia catches to the Michigan catches. They're 3 beats higher still right now.
Right. And we are just about through the first 500 meters, I imagine, if we haven't already passed it. And Virginia is 3 seats up on Michigan. Purdue hanging on, trying to contend for that second place spot right now.
Purdue maybe now a seat up on Michigan right now. Reading from the sterns, it's hard. We can't see the bow balls in the shot, but it looks like Purdue is trying to respond to that move.
Absolutely,
as well,
yeah.
And get themselves up in contention.
Coach Jack Kelmanson, a UVA alum himself, first-year coaching at Purdue.
Knows exactly how Virginia's
He knows how they race.
This.
He knows all the secrets, almost all of them, according to Frank Miller.
He's done it himself, yeah.
And he is definitely preparing his guys this weekend for it's going to come down to the last stroke. It's not going to happen in the first
Michigan
5.
getting back on terms there with Purdue. I'm not sure this is enough for Virginia. We'll see, because both the Purdue and the Michigan crews like to move in this middle 1,000 really hard.
Yeah, and Bucknell's still hanging on Michigan right there. Might be not enough to, it's going to be a lot of extra work to put themselves in that third place conversation unless they can maybe squeeze a little bit harder on Purdue's leads as well. I don't know. I think right after you said that about Virginia, maybe they heard you. Maybe they're mic'd up.
They took a little move there.
Yeah, they're now 5 seats up on Michigan and
5 to 6
spreading it out.
seats is just a little bit too much in my experience. 5 to 6 seats is just enough for them to absorb that, but you can see the Michigan crew sort of in hunting mode. You can see the Virginia crew sort of in running mode, and trying to get a little bit more. They're content to do it bit by bit over 500 meters. They don't need to do it all at one time. I think that's true for both crews, but Virginia putting out a pretty dominant pace here, and Michigan and Purdue within a seat of each other still.
Yeah, absolutely. As they enter the second half of this race, still plenty of water to be rode here. Virginia still stretching out a lead, but there's still plenty of room for one of these crews to overtake them. Michigan and Purdue have kind of been going nip and tuck, and they're now
Virginia
the
catches are quite patient and nice. Michigan
it's
now
crisp.
putting
it's a Sculler's catch. It's really, really nice.
This is about 1,200 meters where Michigan puts a huge push to get back up in there. So if they're going to start moving, it's going to be now. But
yeah, I think Purdue
they do it, so they're
I
ready.
think Purdue is already starting to do that right now. I don't know if they've established their bow ball ahead, but whatever it is, I think they're ready to chew in on Virginia's lead. But really crisp catches. Those orange blades show out, and you can see exactly how perfect their blade work is to enter and step away. They're looking for that 7th seat of separation between them and whoever.
The Virginia crew just rowing gorgeously, no wasted motion. Now Purdue absolutely moving up on Michigan. That Purdue crew has got an extra little spark in its rowing right now. You can see it from here. But Michigan coming back as well. Virginia has not put Michigan away. And Michigan, Purdue within less than a seat of each other right now.
Less than a seat of each other. Virginia, I'd say, still about just 7 seats open. 7 seats up on the next place crew. Michigan just barely having their bow seat ahead of Purdue here. We'll see if Purdue can respond. I think Bucknell is
And Michigan's
a little
going
bit
up
out
there.
of that top 3
Michigan
competition.
just took a lift.
Yep.
Purdue, and they've gotten a couple of seats on Purdue out of it, moving a seat back into Virginia. I don't think it's going to be enough because that Virginia crew.
I don't know if it's going to be
is
enough, but
still
now it's
slightly
only 4 or
controlled.
5 seats, so
But
it
they
is
have
remarkable.
definitely moved in front of Purdue here. You can see just that gorgeous staying long into the catch. Both of those crews as they're trying to sprint. Pro tip: if you want to sprint, stay long. So they're moving, and now you can see the 2-man, 3-man of Michigan seeing the Virginia boat. That's going to help that boat, but I just don't think there's enough water at this point. I think that Virginia start has worked for them. They're in the red buoys at 5:30. I mean, they're still going to be quite a fast race here. Now Virginia responding. You can see the jump there.
It's a big step up. Michigan does have about
Michigan has
only
got another
4
seat on
seats
them.
behind, but Virginia is getting really tight and compressed in these strokes, swinging the handles right around the bend and into the body, walking
Virginia
back
holding
away.
holding that Michigan sprint off. They're getting another seat. It's not going to be enough, but they have put Purdue behind them. Purdue barely bowed astern with Virginia there. The Virginia coxswain absolutely crunched down in her seat, making sure that they come across the line first as they do. Congratulations, Virginia. Michigan second with a great sprint there. Purdue third.
1, 2, 3 holds. Bucknell
And,
holding on to that 4th place spot, and we'll see in just a second if Delaware, there we go, Delaware is edging out UCLA for the 5th place spot in the second Varsity 8 Grand Final. 6:09, 6:11, 6:12 for the 2v8.
So those 2V, the JV boys, we used to call it JV Gold. This year for Michigan, JV Silver, JV Gold tradition going in the Virginia program right now. They've just consistently been doing some really nice rowing down there. Very composed crews, all 3 of them actually. And we talked about base speed and bells and whistles. So
right.
Virginia's bell or whistle was that start
yes.
of just getting out and then being able to stay composed and hold on it. Purdue's bell, I think, was their base speed, where
right.
they were just staying nice and composed and right up on with Michigan. Michigan's normally it started with about 800 meters to go, where they just started moving. Purdue went with them as long as they could, and then with 400 meters to go, another lift, and they started moving. That was their bell and whistle, not